try so hard to please you, be the love fills you up. Try to pour out sweet affection, think you got a broken cup. Can't believe I love ya. Try to tell you that there is no doubt. As soon as I feel it's all I got, that little break of it run right out. I cannot make you happy. I'm learning love and money never do. But I can pour myself out till I'm empty, trying to be just who you want me to. I cannot make you happy if your love is true. There's a break in the cup that holds love inside of you.
Perfect.
Well, I just have to say that I'm in love here. I'm in surrounded by love, and that is so joyful. And one of the things that really draws me to all this is that
Hello, can you hear me now?
we have a lot of fun. We have a good time, and we talk about things that are just really interesting at a very deep spiritual level, very interesting in all different levels of life. And I really have enjoyed the camaraderie and the being in the presence of you all, and I'm very grateful and in appreciation of that.
I begin to understand you. You explain this fear you feel. 'Cause when you see me fall into this sorrow, into doubt that love is real, this lonely wind still blows through me. I turn away so you can't see. How can I still be so empty with all the stuff that you pour on me? You cannot make me happy. Now that's a money back guarantee. But you can pour yourself out till you're empty, trying to be just who I want you to be. You cannot make me happy. It's just the law of gravity, and that break in the cup that holds love inside of me.
I started my journey early on, I suppose. When I was young in grade school, I was a Catholic and really wanted to serve God. I wanted to make a difference, and so I went into the seminary at the young age of 14, and we stayed for a year, and then decided I would maybe rather serve as a lay person. I guess the girls walking outside of campus had something to do with that, I'm not sure. But then I kind of moved away from spirituality for a bit, and in college, something kind of brought me back to the spirit realm, and that was I kept having these out-of-body experiences. I would wake up with sleep paralysis and then found myself floating outside of my body, and I noticed that I could hear things, and when I came back, there was no way I could have heard them from my physical perspective, and it just made me know in the deepest part of myself that I wasn't really just my body, and there was something a whole lot more. So I really started on a path of understanding all sorts of things, from metaphysical to spiritual to whatever.
Attempted to rescue me, drowning in this quicksand up to my neck. Before you grab my hand to save me, why don't you ask me if I'm finished? Yeah, because you cannot make me happy, not when I'm empty inside of me. But you can pour yourself right in here with me, my misery, love to have your company. We cannot trade empty for empty, we must go to the waterfall. There's a break in the cup that holds love, break in the cup that holds love, a break in the cup that holds love.
that has gone in and out of my life for a long time, from studying parapsychology to silver mind control, to on and on and on, different meditative practices. And I just wanted to say out loud that I'm in service to mankind, because I really think that we're all one. And what a more selfish thing to do than to serve myself in you all, in all the people that are around me. And to know that I don't really know it all, but I'm going to believe that if it's in the highest and best good for mankind, for planet Earth, for my galactic brothers and sisters, then I'm within the flow of the source of all that is. And when I'm in that flow, I can be doing no wrong. And it is just so enlivening. It just gives me the pilomotor reflex, goosebumps all over the place. I just really like it. And when I'm with you guys, it just, it's a remembering. And that's what it is when I'm reading all these books and the like. It's remembering. And I have to keep coming back and keep coming back and keep coming back. And I'm so glad that I do every time. Even if I have to force myself at first. Sometimes you want to be in Maya, you want to be in the world, and but if you just force yourself a teeny bit, all of a sudden, wow, I'm glad I'm there. And so I'm really glad I'm with you all this weekend, as I always am.
We're glad too.
Yeah, we're glad.
Thank you, Gary.
Thank you.
Inside us all.
When I was in Vietnam, a friend of mine sent me several different books, Aldous Huxley's The Perennial Philosophy, and then Hermann Hesse's Siddhartha. I read Siddhartha in one night and had a mazeway transformation. It was just completely changed me. I saw the sky for the first time over there. Things were just clear. I slowed down. I was present. That's what it is. I was present. And it just changed my life so drastically. And it was very, very powerful for a long time. And words can't really describe it, because it was a total different place that I was in from where I was the day before. And I stood taller. I commanded a different presence. And it was being in the present. Now that I'm thinking about it, when I've studied all of this being in the present stuff, that's what it was. It really was. I wasn't somewhere in the future worrying about the past and projecting something. I was just right there, and I was innocently perceiving what was around me. And it lasted for a long time, and then it started to fade just a little bit, but it began a whole process that allowed me to be able to put my finger on that and come back and come back and come back. And as I've moved farther away from it, it got a little bit foggy, but I could always come back, and I could always come back. And I really value that.